Hello, hello, and welcome back on Bernama. Today is still with me, Lane Rabla, and in the studio I have the dashing Ameer Jumabhoy with me. Hello, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic, and yourself?
I'm great. Very, very happy that you've decided to join us in the studio.
No, it's great to be here. Thank you.
And we wanted to find out a bit more about yourself because not everybody would know who you are, what you do. Perhaps you could tell our viewers.
Okay. Well, my name is Ameer Jumabhoy. I'm from Singapore, but I'm in Malaysia a lot because I play polo here. I love coming to Malaysia. I'm studying in Houston at Rice University in the United States, but Asia is home, and I think Malaysia is truly Asia.
Malaysia is truly Asia, but you say you play polo here. Do you live here most of the time when you play, or you still commute?
Well, I'm here maybe 2-3 months of the year when during tournament season and things like that, so I end up staying here quite a little bit.
Is it tournament season right now?
Right now, we're smack in the middle of tournament season.
Right, and later we will talk about having something that's happening on the 3rd of June, right?
Yeah, a special event, and I hope everybody can come, and we'll tell you a little bit more about it.
Okay, so before we go on any further, I want to talk about this initiative that you thought of, you started back in Houston when you were studying, and talk about Golden Goals. Perhaps you can share what Golden Goals is all about.
Sure. So in 2010, my family went through 2 very personal experiences with cancer.
Right, okay.
And it was, a very tough time for me, as you can imagine. And coming from an Indian family as the eldest son, there's a lot more pressure and things like that.
Okay.
But it gave me a new outlook on life, and I wanted to make a difference and fight this disease. So I literally flipped a coin one day and said, okay, which hospital should I go to kind of, help
initiate this.
Initiate something with children's cancer. And I went to the Texas Children's Cancer Center. And I started a program called Golden Goals, where sponsors donate $10 for every goal I score during my competitive polo season, and all the money goes towards helping kids who have pediatric cancer. How
much has that garnered in Texas?
Well, last year we raised a total of $27,000 between Malaysia and Houston. Amazing. So it's not a bad start for a college kid, but I want to kind of take this a bit further now.
Right.
We did a charity game here in Malaysia last year that was supported by the Royal Malaysian Polo Association, who's been supporting a lot of my charity initiatives. And we played the kids against the adults. And all the money was going to go towards the Breast Cancer Welfare Association of Malaysia, because that's another cause that's quite close to my heart. And we raised a good amount there, but it was pretty funny because the losers would have to wear a pink bikini on top of their polo gear.
Oh my God!
And it was, it was kids against adults, and to be honest, the kids got completely destroyed. So we had to wear those bikinis.
You had to swallow humble pie.
Yeah, I hope there's no pictures that are going to be posted on the TV right now.
Well, we can see some pictures of you on polo. And we want to talk about polo. Polo has always been deemed, as a bit of an elite sport because it's deemed expensive.
Right.
And we wanted. I know we were talking to. I was talking to you outside, and we wanted to bring this to the masses, like how you say, about how F1 is available to the masses, but not everybody is an F1 driver.
Right.
But everybody can appreciate it.
Right.
So that's something that's in the works.
I think so. I think that on one hand, Malaysia has a really good ecosystem. If you want to get into polo, there are ways to do it. But also, if you look at a sport like Formula 1, it has a great following because there's a lifestyle element and there's a sports element. And if you combine these two things together, you come up with a sport that really sells, that really includes a lot of people, and a lot of people can be immersed in this whole complete ecosystem of the sport. And I think that's something that we're trying to do with polo. And there are many initiatives around the world that do it. There are games in the United States that bring in 20,000 people every year. So can it be done? Yes, and it is being done. But now I think it's really time to bring it into Asia and to try and spread the message of polo in Asia and try to bring as many people as possible to watch the sport.
Because I'm looking at the sport, and we've watched some TV on it, not watched it live. I can imagine that it's a really exciting thing to watch because you have horses, you have gameplay, it's fast play as well.
Right.
Do you think that we have that capability Malaysian-wise to be able to bring it there?
Absolutely. Malaysia has amongst the highest competition of polo in the entire continent of Asia. And this is truly the home of polo in Southeast Asia. So if more people are able to see that, and if more people are able to see, look, Malaysia, we have some of the best players in the world coming from all over to participate in the tournaments here. This is something that we could get into. I think that's what we want to try and spread the message to, because polo, we might not have global megastars like Lewis Hamilton because of, the whole marketing aspect and stuff like that, but not yet.
Yes.
We're on the pathway of doing that, and I hope it can be achieved soon.
Okay, well, we look forward to that. I'm sure the viewers out there also look forward to be able to attend and watch and, be part of the whole atmosphere as how F1 has created all this fever as well. So hopefully Polo will get there. But I wanted to talk about how you are actually really young. You're in your early 20s, and most adults your age would probably be thinking about something else, be enjoying themselves elsewhere. Now, why is it important for you to be able to do this?
Well, I think it's on several levels, right, Elena? On one level, I play polo competitively, and when you play a competitive sport, you need to be disciplined. Study time is study time, homework time is homework time, but training time is training time, and game time is game time.
Right.
And you have to be very disciplined in following those timings. So that's on one hand. On the other hand, I think that when you get touched by an experience that's so close to your heart, and when people, when you see people around you who you've loved for so many years going through something difficult, it tends to give you a different perspective on life, I think.
Right.
And I think that having been touched by those experiences a couple of years ago, it's given me, I feel like it's given me my message with polo and the sport, and the this whole idea that I want to propagate to as many people as possible.
Well, hopefully it will get there someday, because it seems that you are passionate about having this come to fore. Now, we were talking about how does this actually help the sport of polo on a larger scale,
right?
Not just in terms of doing this small charity work. Where will this go?
Well, I think the sky's the limit, right? As you said, I'm young, and it depends on how much I want to take it.
You got to be ambitious.
You got to be ambitious. I'm currently planning a big polo week in Houston.
Yes.
For example, that includes social events with many different organizations, and culminating in a big charity game on a Sunday. And that's one way of bringing in as many groups as possible to the field and to watch polo.
Right.
And I think that that's the way you get the viewership in, is by organizing a lot of events and social events that people can have a good time at, but also that high octane polo event, at the end of the day.
Exposing them to this.
Exactly. And the charity element, I don't think it's a marketing tool to help make the sport mass, but for me what it is, it's a personal mission, and it's something that I feel is my responsibility to do as a polo player, as a young person, and as a global citizen of the world.
Great, because we look forward to be able to do this. But you also said that coming up on the 3rd of June, tell us about what's happening on the 3rd of June.
So on the 3rd of June is round 2, oldies against youngs.
Oldies against youngs. So are the youngs looking to thrash the oldies in return?
Well, we've been training very, very hard.
Okay.
We've all improved.
What was the age they had over you guys?
I think the average age they had last year was something like 51 or 52.
Wow, and you guys were...
Well, they only beat us on experience. Okay, let's get that down. All the women were cheering for us.
Right.
All the club was cheering for us.
Right.
But we lost because we were just young and inexperienced. But I think